Greetings, fellow productivity seekers. I'm Garland, Captain Time, and today I want to talk about what is the first step. So you've got a big new project with lots of moving parts. Maybe you got a big product launch coming up. Maybe you got promoted and have a lot of new responsibilities. It seems overwhelming. It's just like, what are you going to do? And I always start by asking this question. What is the first step? What's the first thing I could do to figure this out? So multitasking is a myth. We really can't work on multiple things at one time. So right now we just need to know what one step is. We just need that one step to give it a start. So if it's a new product launch, your first step might be, well, who is the target audience? It might be something along those lines, and then you can figure out the next step after that, which might be something like what channels reach them. If it's a new job, it might be, well, where's my position description, my job description that outlines everything that I've got to do, outlines all of my responsibilities, because I need to know those before I get started here. Now you might say, but Garland, what about all the hundreds of steps that come after? My wife once made a comment to me, and she has a real wisdom, my wife, in some of her phrasing. And her comment was, well, what's the next first step? And this kind of boggled my mind, because I'm used to going first step, second step, third step, fourth step. I'm used to going, listing out all the steps and getting them all figured out. But there's a real wisdom in what she's saying, because you really can only work on one step at a time. So what is that next first step? What is the first step? Then what's the next first step? And so on. Yes, you could number them 1, 2, 3. But if you think of it, they're only ever going to work on one thing. It's very freeing. It gets you out from underneath, because you can only do that one thing at a time. Now, of course, once you figure out the first step, that cascades. It triggers all these other steps after it, 2, 3, 4, 5. But deciding what that first step is a great way to get started, and it's a great way to get going on a project. I love drag and drop task management systems for this reason. Drag and drop task management systems mean that you can always, throw in all the steps, not worry too much about the order, and then just drag them around until you figure them out and get them into the right order, and that works fantastically. Some other first steps. If you're going to write a book, what's the first step? Well, you might outline it. You might write a one-page character description of a single character. Or you might decide, I'm going to write one scene. There's a scene that's been sticking in my head that I think would be really good in a book. I'm going to do that. If you are coming up with a new exercise program you want to do, then your first step could be, well, when am I going to do this? What's my block of time each day? Am I going to do a walk at lunch? Am I going to do a bit of exercise first thing in the morning? Am I going to exercise after I get home? When's that block of time? So your first step might be to set the block of time. Or the first step might be to find a gym, a local exercise group or club or a fitness class that you can take. So it doesn't matter what it is, just pick one and get to work on it. Everything has a first step. A journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single first step. So learning to ask what is the first step is a great way to break procrastination and get things moving. Thank you so much for listening. Please hit the like and subscribe button. It really helps with the Google algorithm or the YouTube algorithm to help more people find my videos. Also love it if you can support me using Patreon below. You can connect with me using the different methods below. And please, leave me a comment on here. Tell me when focusing on the first steps really helped you, or tell me why it's difficult for you to figure out a first step, and I'd be happy to help. Thank you so much for listening. Take care and have a productive day.